got the Moopstep sequencer here, and let's just take a listen to this. Okay, let me just explain what's going on. The controls we've got here, we've got the output device, which you can use the Microsoft built-in wavetable MIDI if you want, but I'm using a loopback device so that I can send the MIDI from my sequencer into FL Studio, so that I can play a VST with it, which is much more exciting than just playing a sampled piano or something with the Microsoft wavetable. Channel doesn't do anything at the moment. Beats per minute, obviously, beats per minute. Beat divider, I'm not quite sure this functions exactly how it does in other software. In mine, the main beats per minute is 120, and then dividing that by 2 just makes it twice as fast, basically. You've got transport controls here, you've got play, you've got stop. Now onto the main display. Ignore the gate display at the top because we're not actually using that yet. So what we've got here is we've got basically think about it as 4 lines. We've got the notes, then we've got the velocity, then we've got the gate number, and then we've got the gate mode. Now the notes at the moment just goes, as it says there, from 1 to 7. It just plays C, plays 1 octave of the scale of C by selecting a note 1 to 7. That's going to change later, it's just a test thing. Velocity, obviously MIDI velocity goes from 0 to 127. Gate number. Now the gate number is basically well, I mean, this whole sequencer is a bit of a it's inspired by the M185, which also inspired the IntelliGel Metropolis. And what they do is they have 8 steps going across. I have 16, but they have 8. They have 8 steps going across. Then they have the note going across. Then they have various things like velocity. The gate number is a number which you then use with the gate mode. So, for example, the gate mode, we've got a gate mode which is just a long rest. So basically, if you've got a gate count of 2 and the mode is a long rest, then it's just going to count out a rest for that number of beats. A long note, obviously it's going to play a note for that number of beats. Multi-note is going to play the note over and over again, so instead of playing the note once, boop, it's going to play it boop, 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 boop. And note and rests, it plays one note, boop, and then does rests for the other one. So if you've got a count of 4 and you've got the note and rests mode, it's going to go boo, 2, 3, 4. Now in the M185 and the IntelliGel Metropolis, they're fixed. So what they do is they go across, they go 1 to 8 going across. They have the notes, they have velocity, various things, they have portamento, but I don't have that yet. They've got the gate mode and the gate count, and it goes across, and you can set it and it can do quite wonderful things. But what I thought was, maybe this should be set up in more sort of polyrhythmic way, by which I mean, well, probably not quite polyrhythmic, but what I mean is that instead of having 8 steps going across, you have a selectable number of steps for each thing. So notes, you can have, I've got 3 notes here, and then when it reaches the 3rd note, it loops back and does the first one again. But the velocity, I've got 5 steps here, so that goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what happens is, if you've got everything else being equal, and you've got notes going ba ba ba, and you've got the velocity set up to have a quiet note and then a loud note and a loud note and a loud note, you're not always going to get the same note on the keyboard being the loud note. Well, you are if you have the notes equal to if you have the number of steps for the notes equal to the number of steps for the velocity, then that will occur. You will always have the same note being the same velocity, but because they can loop round independently, if you have a different number of steps, you will get different notes emphasized. In the same way, you can set the number of steps for gate number of steps. That can be, it's confusing. A gate number of steps can have its own number of steps going across here independently, and it will loop around when it gets to the end. And the gate mode can also be separate, and this I've only got one. It's a bit confusing, so what we'll do is we'll set this up for 4 notes. 4 notes there, 4 notes there, 4 notes there. Now it still shows them all, but basically each of these has only got 4 going across. Now we'll set each of these notes to 1, and we'll set this to 127, set this to 127, set this to 127. Gate number, we'll set this to 2, which is multi-note. And gate, no, that's count. I'll put the count on 1, and set the mode to 2. Right. Okay, they're not all synchronized though, so it's going to be a bit messy. Let's try it. Stop there to kill the noise. Okay, that's just all of them going across and being synchronized. What we'll do now is we'll set the notes to 1, I don't know, 1, 7, 1, 6. So I'll play that. Okay. It's not quite working out the way it was before because I've got filtering and stuff going on. It's all very bassy, so we'll set this to a different instrument. We'll set this to is this good there? It's a little bit more normal, so put that on, play. So what we'll do now is we'll change the velocity to 70. Oops, 70 for one of those steps. And we'll play it, and you'll see what I mean. Let's choose a much more normal instrument. What have we got? What have we got? Another favourite one, an organ. Still not very normal. Let's forgotten how the stupid VST works. It's not a stupid VST, it's a very good VST. Library, factory. Take favourites off. Okay, let's try and find something normal. Well, let's try that. Okay, can you hear how one of those 4 notes is going very quiet? It's a velocity of 16 compared to 127 for the others. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to take the number of steps for the velocity down to 3. Now it differs from the number of steps for notes, so what's going to happen is the same notes are not going to get emphasized. Well, the note that's almost muted to nothing with 16 velocity is going to be different as it goes round and loops. Let's try that. Okay, what we'll do now is we'll change the gate mode. No, we'll keep the gate mode the same, multi-note, but we'll change the gate. At the moment it's just going 1, it's going note, it's going do, because the note is, the gate number is only set to 1. So what we'll do is we'll change one of these to 3, and we'll change the number of steps to this test. Let's say 5. That shouldn't show up as 2 blue, but it'll fix itself when it goes round. Let's try that. Okay, what we'll do now is we'll change the gate mode. We'll change one of those to a long note, which is mode 1. And how many steps should we have with this? Let's have 6. Let's try that. Not much of an effect. Let's what should we do? What should we do? Change the number of steps to 5. 1, 3, 1, 1. 4, 3, 5, 6. This is going to be quite interesting. Change the gate mode across here to, one of them's on a long note, the others are on multi-note. Let's have 7 steps. On the 7th step we'll have mode 3, which is 1 note plus rests. And go. Let's play around with the VST. the percussion there wasn't perfectly synchronized, probably with the synthesizer, but gives you an idea, doesn't it? Gives you an idea. Let's hope that the overall sound mixing was such that you could hear my voice and hear the audio stuff going on. Probably wasn't at one point. I forgot to kill the sound at one point, so I'm sorry about that. This has been a test broadcast. Let's put an end to it now. Thanks for watching, or watching on YouTube later.